What's that smell? It smells like Friday. Hi, everybody. It is Friday, the 22nd day of March 2019. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Happy Friday. If you had to rank the 7 days of the week, if you had to rank them, you got to put Friday in the top 7. You have to. It's that kind of day. I'm Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Live channel. It is just about a minute after the top of the hour, a little after 7 o'clock, and it's sunrise. Sunrise today is right now, and it's pretty. It's looking good. We have the right mixture of clear skies and some high clouds, and it's just a beautiful morning. And starting tomorrow, starting Saturday, sunrise will be before 7 a.m. As a matter of fact, it will be at 6:58 tomorrow morning, and sunset 7:18 tomorrow morning. So we're gaining about 2.5 to 3 minutes of daylight a day. I can live with that. Happy spring. Good to see you. Busy show for you today. Lots going on. We got the news. We got the weather forecast. Kind of a mixed bag. If you have outdoor plans, looks like Sunday's your best bet there. We'll take a look at your forecast in depth here in just a couple of minutes. Also sports, busy sports weekend. The prep schedule, as you know, has been way behind because of the inclement weather. About the only sport they've been able to play so far in the spring has been soccer, and even that's been limited to just one location, Lee-Boffel Field at the Apple Bowl. They've been getting some lacrosse in as well, but most of the baseball fields are finally getting whipped into shape. Golf courses, though, they're still way behind, but whatever prep sports is going on this weekend, we'll preview that. Of course, the Wenatchee Wild have a big game tonight at the Town Toyota Center. They are tied at 2 games apiece with Cowichan Valley. We'll preview that as well. Also, we have the obscure holiday today in history, birthdays. Everybody is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And our friend Lisa Bradshaw, host of Life with Lisa Bradshaw, right here in this very television station. She's on the road, the Don't Wait Project version 2. She did this last year. She's doing it again this year. We checked in with Lisa via Skype a couple of days ago, and we'll check in with Lisa. I believe she's in southern Texas. We'll see what Lisa's up to on her road trip all over this great country of ours. She's going to be gone for like 6 weeks gathering stories. That'll be great. So we'll check in with Lisa in the back half of the program. How about those Gonzaga Bulldogs? Wow. We'd show you highlights, but the NCAA charges an arm and a leg for that. I don't know why. They just do. So we got all out of the way. It's 3 minutes after the hour. Without further ado, let's go around the valley with our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless internet. The cross camera, as usual, bats lead off. I love the baseball metaphor because I'm ready for baseball in full swing, and the snow continues to beat a hasty retreat. Birch Mountain, Badger Mountain, you can see them both there. Not a lot of snow left. It's kind of going all the way. There's still some patches of snow, especially in parking lots. Big parking lots like shopping malls and schools, any place where you're going to fit 50 or 60 cars. Of course, they plow all the snow into big piles. They're melting away as well. I like that, and we'll have more snow melt. Although still, the overnight lows are still a tad on the chilly side. Yesterday's overnight low of 36 degrees was just about normal. But yesterday's high was 64. Our normal high would have been 56, so we were above normal by 8 degrees. In fact, the last time we hit 64 degrees in the Wenatchee Valley was 149 days ago on October 22nd. I'll bring it on. But as I mentioned before, we're going to cool down and maybe even have some rain come Monday. Camera 2, where are we going? Bernice, by the way, is in charge today. Hey, the Rock Island Golf Course. That makes me feel good. Probably not quite open yet. Golf courses, this time of the year, people, okay, there's no snow, we can go out and play golf. It doesn't really work that way. When it gets chilly, they don't want you to walk on the greens because you can damage the greens. You can do permanent damage to the greens. They just need the course to dry out a little bit, air out a little bit. They can't do any thatching or anything because the soil temperature isn't warm enough for that. But the Rock Island Golf Course is probably, and it usually is, the first golf course to open. Boy, it looks good. I want to go play 18 right now. Weather be damned, but I'm not going to do that. I'll wait till Rock Island says you can come out and pay us a visit. Good morning, Rock Island. Good to have you on board. Camera 3, Bernice says, let's go see Blag Mountain with Leavenworth right in the middle of your picture. And there you can see there's still quite a bit of snow up on Blag Mountain, and there will be for a few weeks. Beautiful view there. I don't know how high that camera is, but it's up there quite a ways, probably 5,000 feet or so. I'm just spitballing here, but that looks about right. A beautiful view from high above Peshastin looking down over the Leavenworth Valley. Camera 4. We take one more shot at Chelan Falls. That's been moved just a little bit. Sun's still rising up there. It's considerably brighter here in the Wenatchee Valley, it seems like, than up in the Chelan Falls area. The Columbia River is to your right, and that is a good tour of around north central Washington. Again, all of these courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. That means you can have screaming fast wireless internet to your home. Super fast internet, just like fiber, without fiber. If you got a cabin in the middle of the woods and you got electricity and you can see any of our tower sites, and there's like 70 of them or even more than that, all over north central Washington and all over the Columbia Basin, you can get super fast internet. You don't have to worry about the local PUD running fiber to your house. Check it out. Give Localtel a call. Let's take a look at your weather forecast from the National Weather Service. There you go. Few degrees cooler today. As I mentioned before, we had 64 yesterday, 60 today because we're going to have filtered sunshine. The clouds are going to be increasing as the day goes on. There's a weak cold front that's going to start paying us a visit. That high pressure ridge, which has been dominating our weather all week long, is already starting to break down and move out of position. So not bad today, but we're not going to see 60 degrees again. It looks like for quite some time as the temperatures cool down to slightly below normal. If you have outdoor plans, Saturday's not looking too bad. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up with lots of clouds and you go, oh, this is going to stink. But then the sun's going to come out. And most of Saturday afternoon, it'll be sunny and a high of about 55 degrees. Saturday night, the clouds thicken back up again, 37 for the overnight low. 54 Sunday with filtered sunshine, so that's not looking too bad at all. Monday night, we are going to get rain. We're going to get rain on Monday night, about a 90% chance of rain. And then we go right back to sunshine on Tuesday. But for the most part, once we get through today, it's going to be typical spring weather around here. A little on the cool side, a couple of raindrops here and there. High temperatures just slightly below normal, but we're used to having temperatures slightly below normal. It's been all the rage around here in north central Washington. Passes are fine, no problems at all, no advisories, no restrictions. However, the passes are expecting a little bit of light snow on Monday night. We're going to get rain down here. They could get some snow in the Cascades, but for now, through the weekend, they're not expecting any kind of significant snow. You should be mighty fine indeed. All right, 8 minutes after the hour, we're going to take a break. When we come back, your Friday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Live this morning from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life channel.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
And welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on this Friday. I'm Dan Kuntz, 37 degrees, filtered sunshine. We'll top off at about 60 with a mixture of clouds and sun, and that's really the forecast for the weekend, although temperatures will be cooling down in the mid-50s on Saturday and Sunday. Here's what's making headlines. The man who shot 2 law enforcement officers Tuesday night in Kittitas has been identified as 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro of Ellensburg. Del Toro died in the shootout shortly after taking the life of Kittitas County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Thompson and wounding Kittitas police officer Benito Chavez. Thompson, 42 years old, was a Walla Walla native who attended Central Washington University and had worked in law enforcement in Kittitas County since 2004. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Chavez, whose wife is expecting, is recovering in a Seattle hospital from a bullet wound in his leg. He has been with the department since last July. Thompson was responding to a road rage incident in the Badger Pocket area of Kittitas County. This happened at about 7:42 I should say, on Tuesday evening. That led to the pursuit into Kittitas. Del Toro exiting his vehicle, firing at Thompson, firing at Chavez. The Ellensburg Police Department is investigating the shooting. Meanwhile, GoFundMe pages have been set up for both men by yesterday afternoon. In fact, I just checked not about 5 minutes ago. There's over $35,000 has been raised for Thompson's family, and just about $4,000 has been raised so far for the family of Officer Chavez. The Chelan Douglas Community Action Council recently launched a survey to gauge what kind of social and community services are needed by residents. Survey respondents are being asked to identify barriers they and or family members encounter in assessing services in the two-county area, also ways to eliminate those barriers, the challenges the community faces in providing services, and the community resources they consider to be the highest priority. The survey is one of several tools being used by the Chelan Douglas Community Action Council to gather information for the needs assessment, which is required by federal law every 3 years. To access the survey, go to cdcac.org. The Community Action Council will hold a community forum at 5:30 on April 9th at the Wenatchee Community Center to unveil their findings. Hey, it's Friday. What's going on this weekend now that spring is in full force? My guess is a lot. There's one way to find out. Megan McPherson, what's going on this weekend?
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee High School presents You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown this Friday and Saturday at Wenatchee High School. This musical is based on the Peanuts comic strip characters created by cartoonist Charles Schultz and is sure to delight the entire family. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation will host a Piatigorsky Foundation concert this Friday at 5:30 p.m. in the Grove Recital Hall Music and Arts Center on the Wenatchee Valley College campus. The concert features pianist Victor Santiago Asuncion and is sponsored by the Wilf Woods family. The concert is free and open to the public. Doors open at 5:15 p.m. Are you looking for a nonprofit that could use your volunteer time, energy, and knowledge? Do you want to learn more about the various programs offered by nonprofits? Nonprofit Day is this Saturday at Pybus Public Market from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be over 40 nonprofit organizations on the concourse with representatives ready to tell you about their programs and purposes. Prom dress giveaway is this Saturday and Sunday in the Old Hastings building. Women's Service League of NCW collects new and gently used prom dresses, shoes, accessories, and donations throughout the year for this annual event. Volunteers help young ladies pick out their dream dress for free, making their dreams of wearing a beautiful dress to the prom a reality. Prom is more than just the dress. There is prom hair, nails, dinner, photos, tickets, and other accessories. These items and accessories will be raffled off to help complete the look and overall prom experience. This is a free event, but students must show their student ID to be admitted. And finally, Cashmere Community Concerts welcomes Eli West and Ben Winship this Saturday at 7 p.m. This dynamic duo is sure to tickle your music bones with nothing short of the best in great musicianship, tunes, and singing. Located at the Cashmere Riverside Center, a beautiful venue in which to enjoy bluegrass music in a smoke and alcohol-free environment with row-style concert seating and light refreshments provided. The cost is $3 at the door with a pass the hat for musicians. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Thank you very much, Megan. We much appreciative. It is 14 minutes after the hour. Wherever you go this weekend, by the way, whatever you do, outdoor activities, running around, whatever the case may be sure to take us along because we're portable. We have a website we're quite proud of, ncwlife.com. We populate it all the time. It's also a good tool for you to get a hold of us, ncwlife.com. In the upper right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the Contact Us button. You can either submit a news tip or just drop us a line. And while you're hanging around ncwlife.com, point and click away. You'll find all kinds of cool stuff, including archived programs. This program has been archived. You'll want to watch it again and again. All of our sports broadcasts, special broadcasts like commencement exercises and apple blossom parades, election forums, it's all there for you to check it out. Go to ncwlife.com. And of course, we also have a live stream. So whatever's being broadcast over the air or on your local cable television provider, you can also watch it whenever you want on our website, ncwlife.com. You can drop us a line via our Facebook page. Message us. We'd love to hear from you. Go to our Twitter handle. Email us, news@ncwlife.com. That's a great tool because pretty much everybody in the newsroom gets that one, so we don't miss it. News@ncwlife.com, or just pick up the telephone and give us a call. And don't forget the news with Grant Olson at 5, 6, and 10. 5, 6, and 10 in the news. Grant Olson in the anchor chair. Eric Granstrom with sports. What happened on this Friday? You can check it out with our newscast at 5, 6, and 10. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, sports, the Obscura holiday. Today in history birthdays, everyone is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. And my conversation with Lisa Bradshaw from the Don't Wait Project. She's on the road. We talked to her via Skype. All of that between now and 8 o'clock. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full mill workshop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Lake Chelan Mailboxes is a small place with a lot to offer. Job one is shipping and receiving from A to Z. They pack it, they label it, they ship it. But did you know we also offer notary service, online computer access, legal forms, copies, greeting cards, and of course, mailboxes. Chelan Mailboxes, everything you need in one small package.
Welcome back. 17 minutes after the hour. Let's do sports. Gonzaga looked like a #1 seed last night. They had no problems. They looked really good. They just dominated. The Zags did. Cruise past Farley Dickinson, 87-49. Rui Hachimura led 5 players in double figures. He had 21 points. Gonzaga led 53-17 at the half. And by the way, those 53 points, the most points ever scored in a half in the history of the NCAA tournament. Wow. Gonzaga takes on Baylor in the second round tomorrow at 4:10. The Bears beat Syracuse 78-69. Coming up today, Oregon plays Wisconsin at 12:30 on TBS. And then you can watch the Huskies and Utah State at about 3:50 on TNT. The Wenatchee Wild, Cowichan Valley tonight, Game 5 of the second round of the BCHL playoffs. It'll be at the Town Toyota Center. Series is tied at 2 games apiece. The teams, of course, split their 2 games at Wenatchee. Then they split the 2 games in Duncan, British Columbia. They'll drop the puck at 7:05 in the Wolves' Den. After tonight, the team's back on the bus and back on the ferry to southern Vancouver Island. Game 6 will be on Sunday. If they have to play Game 7, they'll be back here in the big city on Tuesday. And by the way, if you missed Game 2 of the series from last weekend, you can watch it tonight on the NCW Life channel beginning at 7. All right, let's pass along a few scores to the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard we go from yesterday. In baseball, Elmira Cooley Heartline edging Chelan 5-3. That was played in Chelan at Mountain Goat Field. In tennis, Wenatchee swept Moses Lake 7-0. Both the girls and the boys, the Ephrata girls, nipped Cascade 3-2. Boys soccer, Kashmir beating Omak 4-1. Cascade shut out Toppenish 1-0. Those are the results. Now here's what's coming up. The prep schedule in baseball. Eastmont and Wenatchee will play their doubleheader today. It was scheduled for Dan Whitefield, but instead it'll be at Historic Recreation Park, although the Wildcats will still be the home team for the first game beginning at 4 o'clock coming up tomorrow. Manson hosts Oroville in a doubleheader at 11. That's the same start time for Waterville. Mansfield at Tenasket. They got a twin bill. Cascade is not being rude, but they will be in Sultan tomorrow. They got a couple of games against Clover Park. Chelan travels to Quincy for a single game at 1, and the snows have finally cleared at Kashmir, so the Bulldogs will play baseball against Liberty Bell at 1 o'clock. On the softball diamonds, today it's Ephrata at Chelan. Couple of games start at 3:30. Quincy hosts Cascade in a single game at 4:30. Tomorrow it's Kashmir at Omak. Okanagan hosts Cascade, Orville at Manson, Waterville, Mansfield at Tenasket. All of those games are doubleheaders, and they all start at 11 a.m. Excuse me. We got soccer tonight and tomorrow. Eastmont takes on Davis. Of course, the Wildcats are unbeaten. That is at 5 o'clock. It says 7 o'clock. It's actually at 5 o'clock in Yakima. Wenatchee will try a bounce back from Tuesday's loss to West Valley. They got Eisenhower and leave off the field at the Apple Bowl tonight at 7. Coming up tomorrow, Cascade travels to Wahluke. Chelan hosts Zilla. Eastmont has a tough road trip. They're going to be at Chiawana tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. The Wenatchee Thunder boys lacrosse team has games tomorrow and Monday. They got Southridge in a non-league game tomorrow. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl, 4:30. Then on Monday, the Thunder will travel to Hanford for a league game at 7 o'clock. Tennis, not a lot going on, but there is some. Kashmir hosts Tenasket today at 4. Tomorrow, Chelan and Moses Lake are in Sela for the Viking invite beginning at 9 o'clock. The Ray Cockrum Memorial Relays that normally run at the Wenatchee High School track this weekend, they've been postponed. But there are other meets tomorrow. Chelan and Cascade will be with a bunch of other teams in Ephrata. It's the Ray Cross Invitational there. Starts at 10 o'clock. Eastmont will be in the Spokane area for the Central Valley Bear Invitational. That's at Whitworth beginning at noon. Well, it's been an interesting training camp for the Valley's expansion indoor football team. The Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks, shortly after training camp began earlier this month, Keith Evans' title of head coach and general manager was reduced to just head coach, owner Theo Hall taking over the GM duties. Then, Mickey White left the team as his assistant coach and marketing person. Mickey's wife, Susanna, also left the team, leaving as his director of operations, ticket coordinator, and cheer coach. Now assistant coach and director of recruiting, Takahashi Walker. Well, he left the team too. He took a job in Orlando. Despite all the shakeups in the front office, Theo Hall told our very own Eric Granstrom that the team, quote, is fired up and ready to play, end quote. The Idaho Horsemen this weekend in Boise is the kickoff weekend of the all-new American West Indoor Football Conference. The Ford Idaho Center in Napa is where they play, which is just outside of Boise. Skyhawks are scheduled to open their home part of their schedule next Thursday at the Town Toyota Center, 7 o'clock against the Reno Express. Mariners split squad earned a victory over Cincinnati in spring training yesterday. Chris Marisal went 2 for 4, two-run home run. The Mariners won 6-3. The Cactus League schedule continues today. Seattle hosts the Angels split squad at 6:40 tonight in Peoria. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. It's 22 minutes after the hour of the obscure holiday. Hey, it's Goof Off Day, International Goof Off Day, which for me means every day, pretty much. Take the day and goof off. Be unproductive. Be useless. This is really great if you're self-employed. It's very popular here in the United States. I'm not saying you ignore your scheduled duties and tasks. That's not a good idea, but take a little time to just be goofy. And remember, goofy can be like making a careless mistake too. That qualifies, but mostly it's just like doing goofy stuff. By the way, I looked this up on the internet yesterday. The comic strip character, Goofy, the Disney character, was originally known as Dippy Dog. Goofy is better. Anyway, enjoy and celebrate Goof Off Day today. All right, let's do Today in History. Boy, it makes you wonder what would have happened if the British Parliament hadn't passed the Stamp Act. This was not a very good idea. It happened on March 22nd, 1765, 254 years ago. They had just won the 7 Years' War, and they had a bunch, this is the British Empire I'm talking about, and they had a bunch of troops in North America, and they need to pay for the troops. And so they decided to tax the colonists who were living there, the American colonies. They were going to tax them so they could pay for the British troops to suppress them. You know, no taxation without representation. Well, the actual tax stamp collectors who were supposed to go out and collect this stamp were intimidated, and they ended up resigning almost all of their commissions. So they didn't really collect any tax, but what it really did is it got the American colonists all mad. The Stamp Act was passed on March 22nd, 1765. Oops. March 22nd, 1972, 47 years ago today, the Equal Rights Amendment, there it is, it's the headline from the New York Times, was approved by Congress and sent to the states for ratification, and it caught on like wildfire. 30 minutes after Congress approved the Equal Rights Amendment and sent it to the states, Hawaii did a midnight session and passed it immediately, and it looked like everything was going to happen. The deadline to pass it was March 22nd, 1979 through 1977. 35 of the necessary 38 states ratified it. It had wide bipartisan support. President Ford supported it. President Carter supported it. It seemed headed for ratification, and then a bunch of conservative women got involved saying, you know, if the ERA passes, they could draft you into the Army and all kinds of different things. 4 states actually rescinded their ratifications, which, by the way, you can't do. There's no anyway. It never did ratify, even though Congress extended the deadline a couple of times. It came that close, but it never quite made it into the Constitution. And finally, birthdays. Happy 88th birthday, William Shatner. William Shatner is 88 years old today. His hairpiece is 12 years old today. They celebrate the same birthday. According to William Shatner, he does not like watching himself perform. He says that he's never seen an episode of Star Trek and that he's never seen an episode of Boston Legal. He says he's never seen an episode of anything that he was in. He said there was one exception, Star Trek V, the movie Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, because he directed that. And the director has to look at the rushes and the editing, so you really have no choice in that. So he says that. I don't buy that. I just don't believe it. Anyway, happy 88th birthday, William Shatner. And Bob Costas is 67 years old today, hosted 12 Olympic Games for NBC, boxing, golf, Major League Baseball, football, NASCAR, hockey, horse racing. He did it all, and last summer he got the Ford C. Frick Award at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Bob Costas, now pretty much fully retired, is 67 years old today. It is 26 minutes after the hour. Before we take a break, a quick word about our friends at Campbell's Resort. Been around 118 years, and I love the fact that they kept the original resort there. There probably could have been any number of times when they could have torn down the original resort and built something new, but they kept it the way it is, and they just expanded and moved on. And why not? Everybody loves Campbell's. But the original veranda is still there, which is one of the great places to kick back on a nice spring day and have a cocktail and a snack. I love the veranda at Campbell's, and you get that historic feel, and yet it's still updated. And they have a great rate for locals. If you live in North Central Washington and you want to spend a nice weekend or even a weekday, goof off and, cut out of work early and head on up to Campbell's, they have a great rate for locals only. You gotta love that. Just give Campbell's a call. They'll tell you all about it. Kick back in the veranda, have a cocktail, have a nice steak, head to the spa, do whatever. Go up and enjoy Campbell's, because Campbell's is not just for tourists, it's for everybody. Campbell's since 1901. All right, when we come back, everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion and my Skype interview with Lisa Bradshaw somewhere in the south of Texas. We'll find out together when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live this morning from Studio 8 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck, you would load up your stuff, you would rent a storage unit, you would transport it, and finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
Hello, and what is up? Welcome to Career Shift Business Edition. I've got 3 choices: certificate, associates, and bachelor's. I'm going associates. And I'm enrolled. Stay alert, this game moves pretty fast. Whoa, exams almost did me in. I'm back on track and picking up speed. And I'm in the home stretch. Degree complete, and I'm ready to go to work. Charter helped me make that career shift. Your turn.
If you're stuck trying to find the perfect beer for you, look no further than Badger Mountain Brewing. We specialize in creating tantalizing craft beers that will soothe any picky taste buds and will satisfy your cravings. Check out everything from our amazing honey blonde that will appease even the most finicky taster, or a delicious frothy stout for dark beer lovers. Experience them all at Badger Mountain Brewing. When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Are you suffering with joint pain? Need orthopedic care sooner than later? For an orthopedic evaluation, there's no reason to wait weeks or months. You can get the help you need now from the experts at Lake Chelan Community Hospital, led by John Hopkins-trained Dr. Joshua Shohowski. Their orthopedic team specializes in sports medicine, knees, shoulders, and general orthopedics. When considering joint replacement, you should know all your options. Call or visit Lake Chelan Community Hospital today.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, retail businesses, if you're not doing too well, here's a tip. I believe the concept of retail is that a business wants people to come into said business and exchange their money that they have in their pockets for the merchandise the business has on its shelves. Okay, fine. But there's an important part. This exchange occurs at something called a checkout stand or a cash register. Now, this is the point, right? A customer takes your stuff and gives you money. Now, wouldn't it therefore make a whole lot of sense to actually have sufficient people, sufficient number of employees at this place where this exchange is supposed to take place so the potential transactions can actually occur? Doesn't that make sense? Don't you wish that these transactions could occur within a reasonable period of time? I mean, come on, in my limited perspective, that's what I think is a good idea. Now maybe consider it. Have people at your check stands. This is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and that's my opinion.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solion Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCW Life, your local TV channel. Give Solion Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Life is unpredictable, and risks are part of business. But what is important is how well prepared we are to handle the unpredictability and take the risks. We provide trusted choices for insurance, health insurance and Medicare, life, disability, and long-term care, homeowners and renters, contractors, general liability, equipment and bond, farm, crop and stock, and business insurance.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz, and through the miracle of modern technology, aka Skype, the first of a series of our interviews with Lisa Bradshaw, who's on the road as the Don't Wait Project back again this year, new and improved, now with lemon fresh borax. Lisa, first of all, welcome to the program, and second of all, before we get into the real meat and potatoes, where are you right now?
I am in Lake Conroe, Texas. I was supposed to be in Houston this week just to work and get ready to leave for the tour on Monday, but they had the big chemical fire, and I am staying clear of there. So,
yeah, that's the big news story down there in South Texas. What's going on with that, by the way? Can you give us a little update? There's like a refinery or something on fire, right?
Yeah, it's a refinery fire, and it's very far in another direction from where I planned to be, but you know, the smoke, I check the air quality daily, and I don't expose myself to that sort of thing. So I just decided to hang out in Lake Conroe, and that's what you see behind me. And I'm working here and just getting everything scheduled and everything ready.
So how's the trip been so far, Lisa? I know you've been gone for what, about 4 or 5 days now. How long have you been gone, and how's it going so far?
I've been gone about a week and a half, but I was on vacation for a week of it here in Texas, and It's good. I mean, we have stories scheduled for every state, at least one or two. Some of them we have three. And Caleb, the cinematographer who's traveling with me, he arrives Saturday into Austin. I'll be going back to Austin Friday. He arrives on Saturday, and then we'll start the trip on Monday.
For those of you who don't know, of course, Lisa did this last year, but she was all by herself. It was herself and her camper. She had a laptop computer and her own camera, but you've decided to up the ante and improve the quality of your Don't Wait check-ins for Life with Lisa and for checking in with us. So what's new this year as opposed to last year, besides having a traveling companion?
Yeah, so I don't have to do all the camera work myself this time, which is pretty fantastic. I'm not a camera person. I'm not a cinematographer. I'm a storyteller, but it'll be nice to have someone there to actually get the great shots and make sure we have perfect sound and all of those things. And he's talented in his own right. I haven't met him yet, but we vetted him, and he's qualified, and he's excited, and he'll get his own camper. And Toyota already shipped out the Highlander and 4Runner for each of us, and then New Camp shipped out both campers. I've already spent a couple nights in my camper, which is sweet. It's really nice. And like I said, this time the bathroom and kitchen, everything's inside, so I hardly have to get out of it, really.
That's good news. That's really good news. And I know I'm going to give you a chance to thank your sponsors, because no sponsors and this doesn't happen. So how is the rig and the towing handling so far? You have no problems with that?
Oh yeah, it's good. It's actually, I think because last year's was so small, it just turned on a dime. This one's a little bigger, so it's a little easier to navigate. And yeah, I mean, it's just, it has air conditioning and it has radiant flooring for heat. So that's pretty cool. I started hearing all this water bubbling, and I'm like, what is that? And that's how the heat works. So, and we've actually needed to use the heat here. I mean, you wouldn't think so, but we have. Down a little lower. I have someone holding the camera for me, and I can feel my head like going in the different direction. So, and we've had to use the AC as well. I chopped my hair off yesterday because I'm not contending with this heat. I hadn't remembered how humid and horrible that could be with long hair. So I've chopped that off. I'm ready to go.
Well, it becomes you. You look fine. You look like you're raring to go. So you're on the outskirts of Houston. You're going to go to Austin. You're going to meet up with your cinematographer, and then what?
Yes, and then we leave. We have a story in Austin on Monday, and that will kick off the tour. And the story with this woman is that she was kidnapped as a child, and never interviewed anyone who was kidnapped as a child. So, and she went on a path. She had a pretty hard life for a long time once she was returned to her family, and then she went on a path of forgiveness and traveled the world trying to figure that out, and did some pretty big speeches like South by Southwest here in Austin, and wrote a book. And so it'll be an interesting first story.
When you say she was kidnapped as a child, was she old enough to understand that she was being kidnapped and she was traumatized by that, or was she kidnapped at such a young age she never really knew her true family?
She was kidnapped by her father and taken to another country. And so she was very aware that she wasn't where she was supposed to be. And I think a lot of the forgiveness came from learning to forgive him once she was finally returned.
How did this story cross your desk? This is fascinating. How did you find out about this young lady?
Someone who knows someone reached out to me and reached out to her, and she's pretty excited about sharing it. I think she helps a lot of people with that whole idea of, we go through stuff sometimes and you have to figure out how to forgive the people around you and forgive yourself. It's kind of the gift you give to yourself, really. And so, yeah, I think it'll be a great first start. I mean, we've had so many people emailing and contacting the website and Facebook and Instagram, letting us know of stories. Some really great things. I get to fly fish when I get to Tennessee. I'll tell you more about that as it gets closer, as part of the interview we're doing, and just all different stories this time around.
Are you going to be working in some visiting some old friends? I know you spent quite a bit of time in Houston. That's where your late husband was from, so I'm sure you got to see your in-laws and things like that. But are you going to be doing a couple of trips down memory lane when you're out and about?
Right. We spent our whole week with our family and friends. My son was here for his spring break from college, and we celebrated his birthday with his aunt. And I'm here with a friend now who's holding the camera that I've been friends with since our kids went to preschool together, and our kids are still friends. So it's always nice to come home, and it's a little bittersweet sometimes, you know, given the people who aren't here, but it's always good to keep my promise and keep bringing Hunter here to see everybody.
Are you going to be doing regular updates on your Facebook page and on your Don't Wait website, like every day, so people can check in on what you're up to?
Yeah, we have plans to do regular updates, like highlight videos. I'm not editing the show, as you know. It's not going to air until I get back. So it gives us a lot of time. I'm going to be blogging, and it gives us a lot of time to do promos that are, you know, kind of what we did this week, or highlight of the day, and doing Facebook Lives and doing Instagram stories. And I have a whole workflow that's assigned to me. So it'll be really fun to keep up with that and just have this real organized way of doing things, but yet also allow some of that spontaneity.
So what's this is work. I mean, this is what you do, the Don't Wait Project, but you're gonna work. There's gonna be a ratio of getting the job done and telling the stories, and then having a little fun on the side too, right?
Well, and if you remember last time, my computer crashed the last 2 weeks of the tour, and that really showed me how much work I'd been doing and how much I was missing out on some of the experience that could be happening on the road, because I was editing the show, and it was 15 hours a week of editing and having to be near a Wi-Fi and all of that. So this is going to be more in the moment stuff. And, you know, I still have my other jobs. You know, I edit 3 magazines and do some other things that I have to keep up with, and I run the Don't Wait Project, and we have other programs besides this. But I definitely feel like having someone on the road with me, one, I'll be not alone. So the workload is not all on myself. And then also just having done it before, I already know what works and what doesn't.
I've taken a lot of road trips, long road trips across the country and back, and I kept a journal so I would remember some of the interesting people I came across and the places I visited. Are you doing anything like that, or is it strictly a video deal?
Oh, I write in my journal pretty much every day regardless. So yeah, I guess that's a yes answer. But I think that the blog that I'm adding to the Don't Wait Project website is more of what you're talking about, that people will be able to see kind of a recap of the day or the couple of days, depending on how long it takes me to get around to it. But yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And finally, because I don't want to forget this, and I promised I'd give you the chance, you absolutely have to thank your sponsors, because a lot of really cool people and businesses stepped up to the plate so you could make this second go-around of the Don't Wait Project happen. So the floor is yours, Lisa.
Oh, right. Well, for sure. When I got back from the tour last time, Town Toyota pretty much said, we're in for the next one. And it's been a year planning, so I can't say enough about their generosity. And, you know, I got here and I realized we don't have a generator that's going to, what are we going to do when we dry camp? Because there are a couple places we're going to, we won't be at a campsite. And so they said, well, order the generators, and they're paying for that. And it's just amazing, of course, you know, to just have this opportunity and have them have so much faith in me as the storyteller. And then new camp, last year we leased a camper from a company, but this time the actual manufacturer has kicked in for 2 campers, and they're beautiful and amazing. And they literally, I feel like I'm in a mansion compared to the last time. It's the same brand, just a bigger model. And everything I needed was there at the Princess RV Craft. They were really nice people who received the cars and camper, and they had showed me around and how everything works. And so yeah, I don't know if I have enough words to say thank you for all of this. And Town Toyota is already committed to the next one for next year. So see where it takes us.
2 more questions for you, Lisa. I'm going to cut you loose. As you make your travels, and I know you have a lot of stories and interviews scheduled, can people get a hold of you and say, hey, while you're in Kentucky or Tennessee or Georgia, there's somebody there that you need to meet and talk to because they have this fascinating story? Is there a way for people to submit ideas to you while you're on the road?
Yeah, time for that. The best thing to do would either be message through Facebook or Instagram, Don't Wait Project, or go to the website to the contact form and send the information. And I've hired someone who's helping with the stories, scheduling, and just the logistics of it, and also vetting the stories, making sure that it isn't something that we're already telling. but also leaving room for opportunity for those people who might be camping next to us, like last time that we found stories in restaurants and at gas stations. So that way people can have a way to reach out to us, and hopefully it's a fit. And if it's not, then certainly they could be on my show, via Skype like we're doing in the future. So we don't want to turn any stories away. So if anyone has an idea of something, and we'll be in here to Texas to Florida, and then up the neighboring states, across and down through Oklahoma and back to Texas. So any of those 12 states we're open to visiting.
Well, while you brought it up, and before I cut you loose, when we check in again in a week, Lisa, where are you going to be? Where are we going to find you next week?
Dallas. We'll be on our way to Dallas that day. We just have the one story in Austin. We have another one on our way back in Austin. And then we go to Dallas on Tuesday and have a story Wednesday. And then we head to Baton Rouge.
I asked you this all last year when we Skyped in. I'll ask you one more time. What's the road music? What do you got on the player as you're cruising down the highway? What's on your playlist?
Right now, I'm listening to Bradley Cooper radio a lot because I love that soundtrack, and I love the idea that he even has a channel on Pandora. I'm sure he never thought he would. It's got a lot of music I like, and I'm also listening to One Republic on Pandora, so that's pretty much it. Depends on the mood. If I'm driving down this highway and I feel like listening to country, I'll listen to Bradley Cooper, and if I'm needing a little pick-me-up, I probably listen to One Republic.
It's ironic that you bring that up because a lot of people think I look like Bradley Cooper. So, a lot of
Really?
People. Yeah.
I guess I could see that. Never really thought of it. But yeah, I could see that, Dan.
Yeah. If I was 15 years younger. Lisa, it's so good to talk to you.
You like him as well?
Yeah. I like Bradley Cooper. I really do. The hair looks great, by the way. I love it. Wake up
okay.
What's that?
Feels better.
What's that?
Feels better.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good on you. That's the shortest I've ever seen it on you. Lisa, drive safely. We'll check in 1 week from today, okay?
Yes, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Hi to everybody.
No problem. It's the Don't Wait Project with Lisa Bradshaw, the host of Life with Lisa. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Clayton Walker, General Manager at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Wenatchee, and I'd like to invite everyone to the dealership to see how easy it is to buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle at your local dealership.
And I'm Mick Fabian, General Sales Manager, and we currently have a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles on the lot to choose from, including the 2019 Motor Trend Truck and SUV of the Year.
So come on down to town and let us earn your business in 2019 at 1001 North Miller Street in Wenatchee.
On March 22nd, Aging in Adult Care of Central Washington presents the North Central Washington Guardianship Forum. This forum is designed for family members caring for individuals with diminished capacity, healthcare professionals working with the elderly, or other professionals who work with or represent individuals in guardianship. For pricing, registration, and continuing educational credits, contact the event organizer or Aging in Adult Care of Central Washington.
When you have to get there on time and looking good, call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Hi, I'm Kevin Prosser, and this is my print shop, Color Effects in Cashmere. Color Effects offers screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing on t-shirts, jerseys, bags, banners, signs, and more. With 30 years experience, you won't be disappointed with the quality and quick turnaround times you will get at more than a fair price. Please call Color FX.
I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life channel.
I'm Eric Grandstrom with NCW Life Sports.
I'm NCW Life News Director Steve Hare.
Catch us on Local Tel Channel 12.
You can watch us on Charter Channel 19 or stream us live on ncwlife.com.
Follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.
Where we cover the local high schools, the Wenatchee Wild, and the pro teams out of Seattle.
On Saturday, we have a 90% chance of rain.
Catch it all right here on the NCW Live channel.
About 10 minutes left in this program. We are back here live from Studio 4 here in downtown Wenatchee. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Beautiful morning. Look at that. Gorgeous view from our cross camera atop the Wenatchee Valley, God's country, if you will. I'll take a look at your weekend weather forecast. If you have outdoor plans this weekend, a lot of people do. First weekend of spring. Sunday is looking a little better than Saturday as far as sunshine. Details are coming up. But first, we want to get you caught up on what's making news on this Friday. And the man who shot those two law enforcement officers Tuesday night in Kittitas, he's now been identified. 29-year-old Juan Manuel Flores del Toro of Ellensburg. Del Toro died in the shootout shortly after taking the life of Kittitas County Sheriff's Deputy Ryan Thompson and wounding Kittitas police officer Benito Chavez. Thompson, 42 years old, was a Walla Walla native who attended Central Washington University, had worked in law enforcement in Kittitas County since 2004. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. Chavez, his wife is expecting a baby, by the way. He's recovering and will be recovering for quite some time. He has a bullet wound in his leg. He's been with the department since last July. Thompson was responding to a road rage incident in the Badger Pocket area of Kittitas County. This happened at about 7:42 p.m. on Tuesday evening. That led to a pursuit into Kittitas proper. That's when Del Toro exited his vehicle, firing at Thompson, firing at Chavez. The Ellensburg Police Department is investigating the shooting. Meanwhile, GoFundMe pages have been set up for both men, and I have the latest numbers there. More than $49,000 has been raised so far for Thompson's family, and over $9,000 has been raised so far for Officer Chavez. And out of the news this morning, by the way, the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council recently launched a survey to gauge what kind of social and community services are needed by residents. Survey respondents are being asked to identify barriers they and or family members are encountering in assessing the services in the 2 county areas, such as ways to eliminate barriers, the challenges the community faces in providing services, and the community resources they consider to be the highest priority. The survey is one of several tools being used by the Chelan-Douglas Community Action Council to gather information for the needs assessment. By the way, this is required by federal law to be done every 3 years. To access the survey, go to cdcac.org. The Community Action Council is going to hold a forum, by the way, at 5:30 in the evening on April 9th at the Community Center to unveil the survey findings. And once again, we wanted to remind you there's a lot of things going on this weekend, and to fill you in on what you might want to go out and do entertainment-wise, here's Megan McPherson.
A look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Wenatchee High School presents You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown this Friday and Saturday at Wenatchee High School. This musical is based on the Peanuts comic strip characters created by cartoonist Charles Schultz and is sure to delight the entire family. The Wenatchee Valley College Foundation will host a Piatigorsky Foundation concert this Friday at 5:30 p.m. in the Grove Recital Hall Music and Arts Center on the Wenatchee Valley College campus. The concert features pianist Victor Santiago Asuncion and is sponsored by the Wilf Woods family. The concert is free and open to the public. Doors open at 5:15 p.m. Are you looking for a nonprofit that could use your volunteer time, energy, and knowledge? Do you want to learn more about the various programs offered by nonprofits? Nonprofit Day is this Saturday at Pybus Public Market from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There will be over 40 nonprofit organizations on the concourse with representatives ready to tell you about their programs and purposes. Prom dress giveaway is this Saturday and Sunday in the Old Hastings building. Women's Service League of NCW collects new and gently used prom dresses, shoes, accessories, and donations throughout the year for this annual event. Volunteers help young ladies pick out their dream dress for free, making their dreams of wearing a beautiful dress to the prom a reality. Prom is more than just the dress. There is prom hair, nails, dinner, photos, tickets, and other accessories. These items and accessories will be raffled off to help complete the look and overall prom experience. This is a free event, but students must show their student ID to be admitted. And finally, Kashmir Community Concerts welcomes Eli West and Ben Winship this Saturday at 7 p.m. This dynamic duo is sure to tickle your music bones with nothing short of the best in great musicianship, tunes, and singing. Located at the Kashmir Riverside Center, a beautiful venue in which to enjoy bluegrass music in a smoke and alcohol-free environment with row-style concert seating and light refreshments provided. The cost is $3 at the door with a pass the hat for musicians. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
So that's a look-see at some of the events going on this weekend all over north central Washington. What's Mother Nature have in store for us? Your weather forecast is coming up next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving north central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I do's to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
One last item of business to get to before we call it a work week, and that is the weather forecast. What's it looking like? Going to be a little cooler today. We got to 64 yesterday. We had a lot of sunshine. It was just a gorgeous day. Not going to be that warm today because, well, the clouds are going to be increasing. We'll have more filtered sunshine. And then that high pressure ridge, which has been dominating our weather for most of this week, is going to be breaking down and moving out of the way. So that means the weekend will feature temperatures dropping down to actually slightly below normal. So partly sunny today, a high of about 60 degrees, no real wind to speak of. A couple of clouds tonight, no real rain in the forecast, don't look like that at all. As you can see, overnight low of about 39. Saturday morning when you get up, it's going to be cloudy, and then gradually the sun will be making its presence felt, and by Saturday afternoon we'll have sunshine, but we're only going to get to 55 degrees. It's actually a little bit below normal. A few clouds on Saturday night, overnight low of about 37. Sunday doesn't look too bad. Partly sunny. We'll have more sun than clouds, but the clouds will still be hanging around, and a high of 54 degrees. But I want to take you ahead to Monday night because we're going to have rain for the first time in a very long time. Rain is in the forecast Monday night, about a 90% chance of precipitation Monday night. And then as you see there, typically spring weather. It's going to be a little on the cool side, some light showers here and there, but also some sun off and on until we get to Thursday. But again, all those temperatures there, once we get past today, are going to be actually slightly below normal. Quick update on flooding. Doesn't really look like anything is going to happen that way. The rivers and streams are actually below flow right now, so they're able to take whatever Mother Nature throws their way as the snow continues to melt. No real concerns of any kind of flooding anywhere in the north central Washington area. This is good news because if we had a significant warm up and a bunch of snow melted all at once, we would have had problems, but the snow melt has been a gradual snow melt, so they're not anticipating any kind of significant flooding at all I think we're going to be dodging that bullet. That's good news. My guest Monday on this program, Dr. Sue Kane from the Apple STEM Network. It's always good to see the good doctor come in and say hi. She comes in every once in a while. So Dr. Sue Kane will be on this show on Monday. Don't forget Wenatchee Wild. Go Wild tonight. They got Cowichan Valley. That series is tied at 2 games apiece. I'll drop the puck at the Town Toyota Center at 7:05 tonight. And, of course, go Huskies. Huskies play at NCW. I think I just broke the camera. Provided this show hasn't been canceled or will be canceled, I'll see you Monday. Have yourself a great weekend. Bye-bye.